Adam G referee underway. And Manly with first use, and Alaye back from injury takes the run. Cherry Evans, little jink, Brooks keeps it going. Hopewadi floats it over the top to no one, and then Falalo throws it to himself. Cleverly done. Not in the rugby league manual. Last tackle play. Who wants it? Short side kick, looking for Carrick. Oh, it's Falalo gets another chance.
That was as close as it gets. Cherry Evans with a great little kick in behind. Jesse Arthurs looked like he tried to knock the ball dead, so he hasn't grounded it.
They're settling into their groove here, the Bronx. And long ball, Harbour Bridge like over the top. And still an opportunity. And what a ball, Mariner, Shibasaki. They're all there, the Broncos. That is quite a try. One for the independent doctor. Cherry Evans floats it across. Hopewadi, Olakau'atu, on they go. Garrick with it, what a ball! Great hands for Lalo. Maroon and white, flashing through. Ball almost finds the referee. And Haas is back there to dive on it. Now, set restart. Cherry Evans, there it is.
Oh, brilliant.
Back, what a ball! That is a perler. That's a delicious pass from the Manly side. So clinical, and this young winger has got a double. I hope Manly score a try while Brown's out there in one of those back fence runs. Tavanga was knocked down over passing. Colo's got a kick in, what a bounce! It came up for Brooks to throw it back inside for Ben. Trebojevic tackled 5 short of halfway. Scintillating play, last tackle, big shift. Cherry Evans kicks for the post. Manly in front of the Buffalo stand. Nathan Brown on a 51-game try-drought scores. Manly outside backs tonight, their involvement in this performance. And there's a kick through, they're on the run again. Hopewadi to Olakau'atu. Manly with the ball here, Cherry Evans. Olakau'atu slashing try before half-time. Haboli Olakau'atu was almost on fair. This crowd wants some entertainment. And Brooks kicks long this time with angle. And then one bounce, and it's gone over the sideline. Well, what happened there? Jesse Arthurs was in position to catch it on the full. Hopewadi. Brooks, low kick. Oh, taken by Haas. Have a look at this. Sprinting downfield, chased by Hopewadi. What a moment in rugby league that is. Ferocious, massive front rower on the charge. Roped in by Hopewadi. Man with the ball across field. Shibasaki, forward ball to Mariner. Brisbane, the wheel falls off the wagon. Talau, deep, back to Brooks. Tries a kick towards the post. Olakau'atu! Haboli! That is as clean as you will catch it in the air. Brilliant play by Manly. Cherry Evans calling for it on the right side. They go away from him to Brooks to run it. What a ball from Brooks, and Manly's got another one. Tolu Kola. They may as well start playing Eagle Rock now.
Fantastic hole runner. Great athlete is Tolu Kola.
Manly absolutely resounding winners. And to quote the great Brandy Alexander, the Broncos buried. What a win by Manly. What a return to form.
Seems, I suppose, to hear the team song and to hear the music pumping in the change room, that must feel good.
Yeah, I celebrate the little wins there. So obviously, really good performance tonight, and really proud of the group, and proud of Chaz backing up after Wednesday night, and there was a lot of good players tonight. So really consistent performance.
What does it say about the side of the fact that you lost Saab to the illness, you had 2 of the Troy players out, there's a number of troops that were down, you're back here at home, hadn't been here. Yeah. What does that really say about this team at this point? Yeah, look, we can be as good as we want to be. We had a fantastic start of the season, and we've sort of gone win-loss over the last 5 games. So
look, I feel like tonight was somewhere near our best, and there's a lot of spirit in the group, really good connection in the group, and when we're willing to turn up like that, we give ourselves a chance against anybody.
You get the chance to know Luke Brooks tonight.
Yeah.
He was really impressive, his kicking game particularly.
Very good. I just said to Brooks that I've sort of watched him play for a long time, but that's as good as he's played, I think. Certainly in his time at Manly. I thought both Chaz and Brooks' kicking game tonight was outstanding and put Brisbane in uncomfortable positions, and we backed it up with some good defence. So Brooksy was very good tonight. Yeah, excellent. Yeah.
Clayton as well, double, 2 or 3, one tonight. Some impressive, but he was everywhere. He was so good. Yeah,
and he was great. I just sort of, gave him a bit of a shout out because he literally got told yesterday morning that he was playing. Sabi had trained all week. Clayton had trained as a fullback. He was training as fullback in our second team all week. So for him to come into the side and do the job, and he's done it. Well in the past, but it was a really high level performance from Clado and not much prep, but just got on with it, which was we're really pleased, and that's probably a bit of a growth for us.
What about Levi? He seems to be really hungry for that.
Yeah, no, he was great. Yeah, really good tonight. He asked a lot of questions. I think maybe he poked his nose through there in what had been the first set. So he was really good. Yeah, great.
Cheers, how keen were you to get out there tonight after Wednesday's result? Is it easy to get up after an Origin loss?
Win or loss during State of Origin, it's always difficult. Like whether you win or whether you lose in Origin, you're still hurting. But I guess the part that sometimes gets lost at this level is that we love playing footy. So if there's an opportunity to play, you want to play. You want to get out there with your team. So. The win-loss factor doesn't come into it too much, especially when you get a bit older. It's more around making sure that you're available and you can do the job for the team. So, the group had a great energy tonight. It was a real pleasure to be out there with them.
I know you asked tonight if you worried about keeping spot for game 2. Was it hard to sort of block out the headlines leading to this game? It's only got louder since Wednesday, I guess.
Yeah, look, I mean, at the end of the day, I sort of try and keep it really simple. I play footy for a living. I'm so grateful for the opportunity of what I've got. If it ended, I played 26 Origin games, so I'm very grateful for that, but I would love to be back there again, no doubt about it. And I just love playing footy. For this club, with this team, as Steve said, there's a real energy about us. We haven't found our best footy consistently yet, but I think tonight's just a reminder that it's there. We've just got to keep leaning into it.
Is there a chance you're going to miss this game at all? You always playing out?
I was really lucky with Siebes and the coaching staff and the high performance staff. They gave me the ability to basically wake up this morning and get some recovery done and see how I was feeling. So obviously this team means a lot to me. So I felt like if I was able to get out there and put in a good performance and physically and mentally be there, I wanted to be out there. So it's a really great team performance tonight. Really proud of the boys.
So do you feel like you should arguably push to keep this spot as well?
No, I think it'd be silly for me to keep talking about Origin. It's just going to take away the shine from the Manly boys tonight. There were so many good players out there, really good team performance. So I think when the time's right, we'll talk about Origin later.
Just personally, even this type of game, did you feel that was maybe your best game a little bit as well, or just the way that right hand was quite depth and the way you guys sort of put home a bit?
No, I don't think it was, to be completely honest. Yeah, there've been a couple of good performances leading into Origin, so we've got a great team in there, great energy at the moment.
It was a nice 150 from Jazz too.
Exactly, great milestone for Jazz, and for someone who's only been here 13 weeks, I think, that performance was probably a fair reflection of how much we wanted to play for Jazz as well. He's got a real energy about him. He's a really important part of our team on the field, and also off the field he brings a lot as well. So it's great that we could reward him with a great milestone win.
So you talk about one loss, one win, one loss, one win. How do you channel the energy to take this and sort of build all this momentum to try and get that consistency? Do you take something from this week, what worked? How do you find that energy that's in that room right now?
Yeah. Well, one of the things we had a full week preparation-wise. I think there's a real evenness to the competition. You know, the salary cap, by the design of it, is meant to make every game a real contest. I think everyone can see the evenness in the competition. I think where it's a little bit unbalanced is, who you play twice, your turnarounds and so on. So we've been sort of navigating our way through, our preparation each week, and we had a good prep. It was a bit chaotic because we had, Hamole and Chez with Origin and, Sabi with a bit of sickness, and we had a bit of sickness the week before. But I just, want to reinforce that we've got a really good team here. They care about what we do. We're not always going to get it right, but if we can be, in the fight like we were tonight, we'll be a really good footy team. And we've shown that this season. I think we're 6-6 after the halfway mark. And I think there's a lot of teams around that. I think there's a lot of teams trying to find that consistency, but it's a really even comp. So you can't expect to turn up and just win. You've got to prepare well. You've got to turn up with the right attitude and apply yourself. And we did that tonight against a good Broncos team. I mean, there's plenty of good players on that team. So we just got to stay at it, stay the course.
So isn't it that seriously that almost been this time through?
Yeah.
I mean, it's rare that we see two different players work.
It's been, it's touch wood, we're over the bumpy part, but we lost our GM for the week 2 weeks ago, and lost our main physio all of this week. We've had we've lost 2 players in 2 games, and there's been 5 or 6 others the week before last who are a little bit crook, but there's no excuse. Every club deals with injury, illness at any time of the year, and I think we've tried to navigate and handle it as best we can. But just really pleased that we've had a bit of illness, and someone like Clayton comes in and does a job like that. I mean, that's what we want in our club.
Josh Allagher, his shoulder.
Yeah. Well, he's had a few bumps on his shoulder this year, so we need to get that looked at, because every time he's tried to get started again, he's taken a bump to that shoulder. And I thought it was really good to start the game, and we missed him in the second half. But we just need to be guided by the medical staff. I mean, the next thing I would imagine he'll get an MRI or a scan and an X-ray for that scapula. I think there's a bit of bruising there. We just need to make sure it's nothing too more sinister than that.
There's been a talk about schedule around Origin last few days. The fact that you guys mandated to play 3 games in 8 days, was that something that was part of when you decided whether to play in today, or was it not even so?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing is, one thing as a coach, I want my players, I want my players to be available for State of Origin or playing for their country. I think it's the pinnacle of the game. I think that's really important. That's the first thing. The second thing is there's been no pressure from me for Chez to back up. I made sure that I give him some space, and we made the decision. Chez made the decision this morning. And I think it's important because I don't know what Origin's like. I've been an assistant coach there, but never played it, not even close. So I wouldn't have a clue mentally and physically what they go through. So I think I need to be guided by the player and Chez, and we'll give Chez a few days off now, and hopefully he can get away from footy for a couple of days now and rest up and spend a bit of time with his family, and then we'll work out what's going to happen on Thursday night against Newcastle later in the week.
It is a quick turnaround. Who are you likely to have available for selection?
My understanding, Jake and Siwa definitely, and Turbo is probably a maybe because it's a short turnaround. I think, talking to the medical staff, if it was a Sunday game, then Turbo would be a definite. So again, we'll just sort of see. Turbo did a bit of running this morning, and he'll have a rest tomorrow and do some running Monday. So there'll be 2 back there, I think. Sabi, he's a little bit crook still, so who knows.
On match, how you sum that up?
Yeah, it was a tough old night. Patches of what we can do, and there's patches that we need to improve on. It's straightforward from how I see it, and just being able to do things for longer periods of time. So we need to have a look at it and make sure that we can get long periods of what we want to do in our game.
Did you feel like when you came out in that second half, you sort of, you were in a position to sort of run away, that there was no really tries really scored early there, and they kind of just got momentum in the swing, but you really couldn't get into the game there? Yeah,
well, it was, they put on an arm wrestle just the same as us. You need to go through periods of that in games. We need to do that in the first half. We had plenty of errors and probably gave away a few penalties there in the first half, which accumulates pressure, but you've got to handle that. So they're the things that the team were going through in the first half, and then the second half we came out and we played the style that it takes to build pressure. They were able to capitalise, obviously, on what they did, and they spent time down inside our 20, and I think across the board or across the game, I think there was 42 play the balls in our 20. I think we had about 10. So if you don't spend time down the opposition's 20, you don't get to put on pressure and score points.
Match up, I know what it's just it's happened. Do you feel like you're smart as almost going to the opposite side of the rest of us?
What do you mean by that?
Well, look, I mean, look at the way you guys are attack, especially in the early rounds, like to where it is now. Like, do you sort of feel like the create's saying out nothing and whatnot sort of isn't there?
There's probably times where we're pushing a pass here and there, and that's what creates pressure back on ourselves. So that's something there that we're talking about. We need to be just better at it.
What does it say about Haas and Carrigan tonight? They were probably two of your best out there. Haas with that right.
Yeah.
Just a couple of days after Origin.
Yeah, they're two special humans. They backed up and were really keen to get out and play with their teammates. Like all the boys, they're putting in plenty of effort. We just need to be focused a little bit better around the areas of our game that builds pressure on teams. They kicked us into a period of staying on our own trial. That's the game.
That's why from 7 out, when does the ladder pressure start to do? I think it's still fairly poor placements early.
Yeah, well, I look at it from a point of view as that I've got to grow the team to be able to build pressure like I just spoke. We showed signs, but we just got to do it longer. That's what the teams that further up the ladder are doing. And then when the opportunities come, you've got to make sure that you're in position to take them. So we need to be a bit smarter around that area. That's something there that we need to improve on.
How frustrating is it out there?
Sorry, can't hear you.
How frustrating is it out there at the moment?
Look, there's some good patches, some patches we need to be better. Like Madge said, we need to stay in it for a lot longer, but there's a good team in there. We're not far away. We just need to do it consistently for 80 minutes. And
Israel is the second back. Nice touches tonight. Had a pretty frosty reception. Is that something he's going to have to deal with the rest of the year, especially the way out?
Look, I don't know whether or not he probably picked up on that. To be honest, he's so focused on what the team needs to do. He was working extremely hard like everyone else was, so I haven't spoken to him about that. Yeah, he's going to improve. It's his second game, so that's the part of the improvement that we're talking about, being able to execute plays in the pressure situations where I think the ball was in play for a long period of time. Unfortunately, we faltered.
Adam, your ear? Is there anything in your head burst your eardrum?
I'm all right. All good.
All good?
Adam, what do you think the biggest difference is? Like, is it just building pressure from where you guys were at the start of the season to where you are right now?
It's a number of things. We're coming up with errors at crucial times, and discipline hasn't been the greatest. We're allowing teams out of their end too easy, and when you let teams off the hook like that, they're going to hurt you at some stage. So we just need to consistently do it for longer periods throughout the game, and it'll turn.
Does it feel like you're going to
What's that, sorry?
Does it feel like you're going to pass?
No, we'll just get back to train and work hard. I believe in this team. I know we can turn it around, and we just need to get back to train and work hard, and the results will turn.
No other injuries or anything?
No,